to bring strength to that SI joint. Going to be involved in strength, flexibility and movement poses. And also as well, there'll be a mixture of repetition and hold poses. So the repetition moves will improve the alignment and tracking of the joint, bring greater circulation into the joint and increase strength. And also as well prepare us for those poses when we hold. When we hold the poses, we're going to increase the strength of the joint and in circulation. And also as well, with involving our breath, we'll strengthen the musculature of the spinal area. So I hope you enjoy the class, and whenever you get around to it, I look forward to your feedback. For the first pose we'll work on is a pose that I will include most of my classes when it comes to back and spinal health, is Chakra Vacasana. The benefit from this one is that it embodies the discs and creates that space between each of the discs. Brings strength to the musculature of the back, brings strength to the musculature of the spine, and also as well helps the curves in that spinal area. As we begin then, as we move on to all fours, taking knees and feet in hip width. Maybe take the two hands under the shoulders with a nice flat straight back. Good stretch in the fingers as we begin with our breath with an inhale. And with an exhale, as we engage the abs, draw chin up to chest, round that lower back, begin to push the hips downwards, relaxing that neck, lengthening the elbows and hands. And with an inhale, as we come up with our curved spine, as we draw up towards those hands. And with an exhale, again engage the abs, draw that chin up towards that chest, lowering the hips down towards the heels, going back in the elbows, allowing that head relax, the neck. Inhale again, arch the spine as we come up toward those hands, and imagine a light on your chest and you're shining that light forward. Exhale again. So always engage as we go back. Come back in the elbows, relax that neck. Inhale as we come up. We have another option. Exhale again, draw the chin up towards the chest. We come halfway back. Now we're starting to straighten that back area. And also as well, if someone can't get the hips down and back, it's always a good option. That's good. So exhale, going back. That's good. Just coming halfway back. And inhale, always come up through the hands if we can. Arch the spine coming up. That's it, broaden the chest as we come back upwards. That's good. Well done. So draw the breath in, arch and come up. That's good. All good there, so well done. So as we move on into the second, which is a prone back bend. So back bends are really important for SI joint. They involve a lot of strength into the musculature of that lower back. As we bring the two hands under the shoulders and we engage the abs and just lower downwards as we press down into the toes, press down into the quads, press down into the pelvic area, bringing the hands under the shoulders as we bring them under. Keep the neck tucked nice and long. For these, I always prefer to bring the arms either side with the palms up and try and lengthen from the lumbar area up towards the crown of our head. Press the pelvis area down. Inhale, come up, lifting neck, head and shoulders and arms. Exhale, come down, look towards the side. Inhale again, neck, head and shoulders come up, arms come up, stretch up, back to those fingers. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, keep that chin tucked as we come upwards. Exhale, come back down as we increase the strength of the musculature of the lower back area. Increasing the strength, increasing that circulation. We have an option to lift the legs up with the neck, head and shoulders and arms. Now if you find it difficult lifting the legs up, simply keep the toes pressed in towards the floor. Inhale and come upwards. Lengthen back through the finger, toes, neck, head and shoulders. Exhale, back down, look to the side. Inhale, lift up again. Keep the chin tucked, it's really important. Exhale, back down again. So inhale coming up, so always a Y looking forward. Keep the neck nice and long, keep the chin tucked. Exhale down. As we come up on this one, we'll hold a position. So lengthen back to the fingers and toes. Keep the chin tucked. That's good. So we increase that strength in around the musculature of that lower back area. And exhale back down. Good work. As we bring hands under the shoulders, as we engage the abs and we come up, as we move into a counter pose, as we move into a forward bend to child pose, pressing feet or toes together, taking the two knees out wide, and taking both arms forward as we lengthen them forward, and allowing that head come towards the floor, keeping that neck nice and relaxed as we lower the hips down. Now if you can't get the hips back and down, it's okay. So don't be overly worried if you can't push them down towards the heels. So the idea always with taking the knees out wide, that increases the stretch on the lower back area. So avoids a rounding of the lower back. Also as well, if someone has a tummy, by bringing the knees out wide, it also helps our breathing as well. Now the other option, if you can't allow your head on the floor, is fold the arms and allow your head on towards the folded arms. Or take the arms either side, turn the palms up, rest head on the floor. That's good. As we work on stretching the erector muscles in the spine, and also strengthening a very important area, stretching the QL. That's good. So we just come upwards as we work into another back bend, as we allow ourselves come downwards, as we come on towards that belly, as we press down into those toes, press down into the quads, as we move into Sphinx, as we lengthen the arms forward, as we work on stretching the psoas muscles. So the psoas muscle is connected to the diaphragm, a really important muscle for the working of the SI joint. What we're going to do on this is we're going to stretch in a safe way. Usually it can be stretched asymmetrically. Sorry Justine, I can't say that word right. But sometimes that can aggravate the sacrum and aggravate that SI joint. So this pose is a far safer way of stretching that psoas. Now to work on this, we have a couple of different adaptations. If I draw the elbows back in towards us more, that's going to increase the stretch deeper. Not everyone might be comfortable pulling the elbows back, so you can bring them forward. For someone with osteoarthritis in the spine or stenosis, it may be a safer option to take them forward. So I'm just going to draw them back in towards me like this. Press down in towards the big toes. Press down in towards those thighs. Keep the chin nicely tucked. And I'm going to walk into lateral stretch to work on that psoas. As I go to the right, as we move out towards the right, as we move into that lateral stretch, pressing down into the left elbow, pressing down into the left toe, and that stretch is beginning to work down around that left area of the psoas, and that's where we want that stretch. Now we could hold here for 10 or 20 breaths if we were comfortable. That's good, and always keeping that chin tucked. Very good. And as we move back into the centre, I'm going to fold the arms just to feel the difference on both sides. And as we relax, keep head onto the forearm, or you can tuck the elbows in under and just hold a position. And as we move to the left hand side, again, keep pulling back in the elbows. That adds great traction. That helps to strengthen the core area as well as the musculature of the back. Yes, move to the left. So press down on that right elbow. Press down on the right foot. Press the right toes down as we work on stretching that psoas on the right hand side. As I said, this is a safer way than a standing pose like a warrior, where I could put a lot of pressure on the sacrum and aggravate that SI joint. So any of the pro and back bends we do are really, really good for the SI, and you really feel good after, and it adds a lot of strength in there. That's good. And just draw back inwards. And we fold the two arms and just rest that head on the arms and keep that neck nice and long, and push back down onto the quads, on towards those toes. That's good. And we come back in, draw the elbows in, just take a nice arch again. Now we're going to engage the abs, bring the hands either side, lift up, engaging the abs, as we move to a forward bend again, drawing the toes or feet together. Like what we did earlier, we take the feet out wide and lowering the hips downwards. We're going to get in a little bit deeper into the QL. We're going to work into a side stretch on this. And as we move to the right, as we move towards the right, we're going to get that right hand onto the left wrist and feel that work on the QL down along the left hand side. Now if you want, if I have the strength, I could roll that shoulder a little bit and roll the opposite way. And then come back to the centre again. So we're going to feel the difference now, working on both sides. So we're holding that pose again. And then work over to the left, taking the left hand on towards that right wrist. So that QL is connected at the top of the hip area. That's good. Rolling the hips down. And then come back inwards again. And we just relax, lengthen the arms. Now you can fold them across like that as we push the hips down. You can fold the arms and hold. Good. And as we come up along. So I'm going to work into rolling bridge. The rolling bridge is going to be important to strengthen the core, strengthen the front and back of the legs area. So you can roll onto the side. Now for this, have the option of using a block. So to get correct position, I'm going to use the mat, the edge of the mat, keep the feet parallel. Going to get the feet in line with the hips. Now the idea with using the block is to keep the knees parallel and strengthen the adductors. The adductors are an important component of our core area. So place that block between both of those quads. Rest the arms either side. And we're going to be on an exhale to strengthen that core area. So relax that head, neck and shoulders. Keep the neck nice and long. And with an inhale and with an exhale, as we engage the ab area, lifting the tailbone up, lifting the lumbar up. Exhale, roll the spine down one vertebrae at a time. As we roll down nice and carefully and safely, keeping both of those quads pressed in. Inhale, exhale to lift, engage the abs, lift the tailbone up, lift all that lumbar area up. We can come high or as low as we want. We can come up to shoulder height. And exhale again, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, rolling that spine back down once more. Inhale to hold and exhale to move, engaging the ab area. Keep that block well pressed as we come up a little or as high as you are comfortable with. Exhale as we come back down halfway and hold, rolling that spine down, rolling one vertebra at a time. Inhale to pause, exhale as we lower that spine back down towards that floor again once more. Inhale and exhale to lift. Again, engage that ab area, it's really important. That's good. Keep that block well pressed. Inhale and exhale as we lower halfway down, rolling the spine down, rolling one vertebra at a time. Come halfway. Inhale and exhale once more as we lower that spine, lowering one vertebra at a time down. Inhale once more. Exhale to rise and lift. And keep the feet pressed down. Keep the knees over the ankles. Exhale back down. Halfway. Inhale to hold. And exhale, roll that spine down, rolling one vertebrae at a time. Now if we want to increase the strength in the glutes, keep the feet where they are and imagine you're pushing the feet away from you. Exhale halfway and hold. Inhale to pause. And exhale, roll that spine down, roll one vertebra at a time as we roll all the way back down. Pressing that tailbone back down again once more. That's good. So we're going to take the block away. Finish with that block. Going to walk into reverse pigeon. So the importance of the reverse pigeon is that piriformis is connected to the sacrum. So it's an important area that we're going to work on next. We'll have different adaptations and progressions on this. So I'm going to take the right ankle and keep that dorsiflexed so that will protect the knee. It's really important on any of these pigeon poses. Keep that neck, head and shoulders relaxed. Now I know from my classes that some people's hips are really tight and often find some of these stretches quite difficult. So straight away like this, to bring circulation and healing to the hip, we can simply press in and out. Press the hand on the inside, press in and out. Well, that straight away is going to bring circulation and healing to the hip area. Just move in and outwards ever so slowly. Okay. Now, if you find the next part difficult, just continue on as you are. I'm going to move to the next part. We can inhale. I'm going to take the two hands forward. I'm going to bring them around the left leg. And with an exhale, as we engage the abs, I'm going to draw that left knee towards that chest. Engage the abs. If we want to work deeper into that piriformis, press the tailbone down and move towards that left about 3 inches. And from here, make 3 to 5 inch circles. Around we go. So keep pressing down towards that piriformis. Around we go. And then go the opposite way. Now the other option on that is make figures of 8. And along the way, keep the arms nice and relaxed. So don't overstretch the arms and create tension in another part of the body. We don't want that. We don't want to be tense in another part when there are other options. That's good. And we bring that foot safely towards the floor. Now for someone who found that really difficult as well, you can always cross over. Just bring the right leg across towards your left and take the two arms and draw in towards you. So that's the third option on that. And then again we'll stretch that piriformis area. And we lower that foot back down. Now if someone had any trouble with those, you can also place a bolster or a block underneath the feet, and that will help to rise the foot upwards and stretch that little bit easier. As we take that left foot, we keep a dorsiflexion there. That will be really important to keep that knee nice and protected, nice and safe. And we just press inwards and out then. Again, if those hips are tight and you find the other adaptations quite difficult, this is a good way of bringing circulation and strength in towards the hip area. That's good. Press downwards and back. So it's like bouncing in and out. That's all. Just move it on a little bit. Take both hands. Draw them in around that right leg. As we exhale, engage the abs, bring the 2 hands around and hold a position. As we press that tailbone down. So as we move towards the right, pressing down underneath that right piriformis, and very slowly begin to make 3 to 5 inch circles to work deeper into that piriformis as we circle around. And then go the opposite direction. Now the other option on this would be to go around in figures of 8. That's good. So let's move to the side. And I know my hips are tight. I do quite an amount of running and those hips are quite tight. So I have a little bit of work to do on stretching those out, making them more mobile. This is one of the stretches I need to work on. So as we slowly bring that right foot towards the floor. So the other option then would be to just cross over and bring 2 hands around the back of your right leg and just bring that knee up towards that chest. And then lower back down. And just take the 2 feet beyond hip width again. So feel that stretch work. So we're nearly, so as we move into the recliner's cobbler, we're going to take the soles of the 2 feet together, bring the 2 feet out wide, allow that back rest towards the floor, drop pubic bone to belly, arms either side, and with an exhale, as we inhale to hold and exhale as we come up halfway and hold, as we come up really slowly, inhale to pause, exhale as we draw up ever so slowly, drawing the knees towards each other, and as we come up, both feet come flat on the floor. We've 2 more to go as we take the knees out wide, and using that breath with an inhale, exhale as we come a third of the way. Now if you find the legs start to shiver, that's okay, that's fine, we're adding strength there. With an inhale as an exhale as we come 2/3 of the way up, keep all that ab area engaged. With an inhale and an exhale as we come all the way together, bringing both knees together, and we come back up onto the soles of our feet. And as we take those 2 knees out wide again, draw them away, soles of the feet pressed together. With an inhale and an exhale as we come 1/4 of the way up, ever so slowly, so we're moving up slow. Inhale and exhale as we come halfway up. And pause. Inhale and exhale up 3/4 way. That's good. Inhale to hold and exhale as we come up slowly, drawing both knees together as we come on up. We're bringing the soles of the feet flat on towards the floor. And as we just roll upwards, come up nice and straight, engage the abs. So that's it.